Hey guys, this is video number 3. Um, I was thinking about doing a video on something along the lines of my views on philosophy, religion, ethics, stuff like that. Also, if you notice, there's music in the background. I don't know if this is gonna be a good idea, but if it really sucks, just let me know and I won't do it again. Um, so I just wanted to say that, I've been doing really good with my videos prior to this one right here. Pretty good for 2 days of having, this channel, so, I'm pretty happy about it, so I thought I'll try to do something on a daily basis. Yeah, so I wanted to touch base a little bit on philosophy and religion. I myself am not entirely religious in a way where I don't follow a organized religious, institution of any sort. I would consider myself spiritual, but as in following any one particular religion, not so much. I do not know very much about philosophy. The reason why I wanted to talk a little bit about, maybe something along the lines of my philosophy of life is because I am taking a philosophy class in the fall. It's going to be my first class that, well, I have taken some classes that are kind of, questionable. Well, not questionable, but like theories and whatnot. I'm really picky about theories. So, anyhow, so a couple things that I wanted to talk about was, I was speaking to a friend of mine in one of my classes, and we were talking about this idea of balance, and just balance all over balance, the balance of the earth, balance, of, humanity. In a way, I'm talking about like equality. People eat balanced diets. Just the fact that nothing can live and nothing can thrive without everything else. So we are a whole, and there are parts, and these parts are all important. So that's something that I think, though it's not really, any type of religion or any type of, philosophical theory. I'm sure there are, but I've just always really liked the idea of balance. When I think about balance, I think a lot about emotions and how, as I've grown older, I've come to appreciate the good and the bad in all aspects of life, and that I can't have one without the other. So in order for me to appreciate happiness, first I have to endure sadness. You can't have one without the other. You can't appreciate one without the other. And there's a purpose for, everything. So now when I'm faced with sadness or anger, I think that I look at it in a different way. I kind of embrace it. That this is part of growth, and all of these little bits will kind of create a person, create me. So, and, it's kind of odd because when I think about spirituality, I never really can imagine it in a larger form, in a form that we do not understand, though, I do in a way believe that there is some type of higher power, but what I don't, really quite am on the same, page with is just that we have the power to understand it. I think that what we have on earth and this, the spiritual beings or nature or power or essence or whatever you want to call it, I think that what's on earth is different than what is above us, or God knows, somewhere. But in a way, I almost view everyone, everything, anything that is living, to have some type of essence, to have some kind of power. People will say that, hey, that's kind of a pagan thing, like, hey. But in a way, it's not a worship thing, it's more of an appreciation sort of thing. It's more of I recognize that without that, we can't have this. It's almost like I understand the, where things come from. You know what I mean? I have a relationship with, plants, animals, people. I feel like I have a relationship to the things that I eat, to the places that I go, to objects. I'm always very interested in where it came from, how it was made, what's its purpose on earth. So in that sort of way, and yeah, it's kind of odd, but I think that that type of awareness is important, though. I think that our awareness of where things come from, our appreciation for just the earth and all of its inhabitants is very important, because those things they benefit us, and they cannot live without us, and we cannot live without them, so that's one thing. And, as I mentioned before, yes, I do feel some type of spiritual connection between myself and other people, myself and just the planet itself, It's not on the lines of, I have an appreciation, but at the same time, I don't have like a water, earth, wind, fire type of, I understand that type of balance. I'm not exactly there yet, but I think that is something that I could understand, though. The balance of elements. But that's more on the lines of going already into types of paganism. So, and yeah, so my philosophy of life, based on all of that, and my understanding of balance and my appreciation of balance and just the balance of everything, I kind of live my way I live my life that way. I try to not overindulge in anything. I really try to pick and choose from everything. I try to share, I don't like to associate myself with one single thing. I like to take from many different associations and create my own. So yeah, instead of me trying to find the puzzle that I fit into, I am taking a bunch of puzzle pieces from everywhere and creating my own masterpiece. Is kind of a way to explain it. And we should be stealing, we should be borrowing from everywhere. It's okay. It is definitely okay that we do not fit into one single understanding of a viewpoint. We can take from everything. And that's how I live my life. I take from everything. I don't try to make sense of everything or try to fit into anything. I'm just sharing from everything, you know what I mean? That's kind of like the life of an artist, And yeah, there's a challenge of originality, and there's a challenge of what is authentic, but in a way, nothing is authentic, nothing is original. Every artist has always been inspired by someone before them to make their art. And we are all artists. We take and we borrow, and that's how we create our lives. We are constantly inspired, and we need to stay constantly inspired by everything. So let's not be afraid of, you know, defining ourselves. Let's not worry about those types of things. We are who we are. We don't need to have to put it into words. We don't have to describe it. We just have to be it. That's it. That's all that matters. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And in that, we become more balanced. We have more to us. We grab and we grab and we grab from different things, and ourselves, we become balanced. So, if that makes any sense. I tried. I probably could have done that better, but if you have any thoughts on this idea of balance, or this idea of, grabbing from everywhere and stealing and borrowing, different essences of different things to create something new, not worrying about the idea of defining anything and just living, being, not describing. Because as we be and as we live, we are describing. Just not in words, So, yeah, I hope that you guys like this one. I'm trying to make this make sense. So, leave me comments, concerns, anything. If you have any ideas you want to add on, because I'm kind of completely just taking this out of my butt. So, if you have any theorists who, have a theoretical, theory that is based on balance, or has anything to do with balance, go ahead and definitely let me know. Maybe we can learn a little bit more about this together. So, oh, and if the music is horrible, let me know and I'll cut it. So, alright, 13 minutes is a long time to be talking about balance. So, goodbye.